All right, so I've got a good friend of mine here, Ryan Broyles, legendary receiver at Oklahoma, NFL receiver, savvy businessman, sexual icon, just an absolute beast of a human being. One of my favorite human beings for real in the world. You're an Oklahoma receiver. You've played here in Nebraska.
Yep.
What makes playing at Memorial Stadium so unique?
Well, it starts with the fans, man. The fans are rowdy. They're fun. Obviously, we share the same kind of color.
Yeah.
So it's a good rivalry game, man. It's been happening for years, and their defense is always sound. So we'll see what happens today.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Can I get a score prediction for today if you were to
See,
guess?
I'm not really big on scores, man, because it's a little wet out
It
here.
is.
We don't know if
It
the
is.
ball's gonna be slipping around. But I'll say this: OU's gonna take the win.
Okay, fair enough.
for
Fair
sure.
enough. So Venable's in his first year.
Yep.
Obviously off to a really good start. Haven't necessarily maybe played a ton of people yet, but they still look very good, really on both sides of the ball. And it is kind of a bit of a change for Oklahoma to have kind of a defensive-minded coach.
Yeah.
And so, what have you seen so far? What have you liked so far from Coach Venables?
I think just all around, like, it's just more solid. I've been to a few practices over the last, fall camp here. The guys they're flying around.
Yeah.
They're paying attention. They're listening to the coach, and I feel like they're all bought in, man. It's not a me deal. It's a team environment. So I think that's what Brent Vee's brought to the table.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma going to the SEC with Texas. How do you see that whole thing shaking out? Do you think it'll be like a really nice, easy push into the SEC, or do you think there'll be maybe a little bit of growing pains? Because the SEC is kind of, one of the bigger conferences that really does well each year. But to the Big 12's credit, it's probably the deepest conference this year. As far as top to bottom, there's a lot of really solid teams. So when it comes to them going to the SEC, how do you feel about that?
I think there's going to be a little growing pains. Obviously the Big 12, we play a little bit different football than them. Obviously we've been able to compete over the years with the SEC teams, no matter who we're playing in a bowl game or not. But obviously we need to get to some of those recruits. So us getting that SEC stamp, I think we'll be able to get some of those big dogs on the defensive line that we haven't had before. Get some more dogs on the defensive side as well. And I think overall offense is gonna be just as strong as ever.
Absolutely. Now, last question here for you. When it comes to Nebraska OU memories, good or bad, in the games that you've played against them, what are some of the memories that stick out to you?
I'd say the Big 12 championship back in 2010. We played down there in Jerry's Roll.
I forgot how that went.
Now that went out. They got out on us at the very beginning. It was like 17-0, like the first quarter on them, and then we found a way to come back and win it. Man. I had a few big plays here and there. Defense showed up, and that's always a great memory.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out Travis Lewis.
Oh yeah,
great OU linebacker.
True.
Also worked with him as well, and was on that team. Was a huge part of that team in the middle on that defense. So Ryan, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for spending the time.
Likewise, man.
And dude, it was so good.